Greetings, friends! Welcome back for another episode of Mercenaries of Mischief. Things got weird in the Quillpoint Isles as Penn decided to defend his charges of heresy by raising a frost giant from the dead. Strange strategy, let's see how it plays out for him. But first, Puck, any announcements?
Absolutely there is. And let that be a lesson to you, students. If you're ever accused of heresy, just lean into it. People will admire your strength of conviction.
Right?
Now, time for announcements, which I shall begin with attendance. Starting off with David Mason, Skylar. This is another Skylar. Put your hand down. Wanderer Jiren. Cretus. James Marte. Ryle Grimrick. Larissa Quill. Grilka. Axel. And Alexis Fernan. Thank you all who responded to the attendance. We've got regular lineup today. We're going to be doing some board games on Trash Bin, so isn't that a nice change of pace? I know what's happening on Tuesday. Also, we've started a new Trash Bin YouTube exclusive series called Ladies Night with designated driver Puck, in which I play through Fire Emblem Heroes with my good friends. Fire Emblem Three Houses. Why was I thinking about Heroes? Fire Emblem Three Houses with my good friends Dipper Dog and Arcady joining me along the way, and also other people, whoever wants to come in. It's pretty wide open, but everybody gets frustrated with my tactics, and we talk to anime boys and girls and pick our favorites. It's a lot of fun, and there's alcohol. But anyways, so that's what we're doing on Friday nights now for a while, until it's done on the Trash Bin YouTube page. Also, big announcement. Have you ever wondered what the students of the Avalon Knights Academy are getting up to on a day-to-day basis? Well, I tell you, we have to. So we have assembled a crack team of creators and influencers from about the internet. A little fella you might know named Joe Cat will be joining us, along with Kilcb Uzu, Jade Valkyrie, and our dear friend Angelo is making a return in a brand new series that follows the students of the Avalon Knights Academy. And that will be premiering not this coming Wednesday, but the one after that, which I believe is the 17th. Yes, I looked at the calendar and I was correct. So you want to look out for that. The evening of the 17th, we'll be premiering the first episode of that. This is going to be a 4 to 6 episode series, depending on how long it takes everybody to get through it. And it's all gonna tie together. It's gonna be knitted. It's gonna be really cool. So you're gonna want to check it out. Also, and as always, thank you so much to our sponsors, and not just you, beautiful viewers, but our wonderful sponsor of Hero Forge, who always has our backs, and it's just delightful to have around. They make custom miniatures, new stuff coming out each and every week. They added wheelchair heroes because there's that whole big thing going on with wheelchair heroes now, and some of the options on there are pretty incredible. War wheelchairs are the big thing now, like I'm loving it. So you can check those out.
They also have like modern wheelchairs and sci-fi wheelchairs, because you can make characters for any setting in Hero Forge.
Say perhaps a Professor Xavier. But anyways, I think for your sci-fi wheelchair.
They have like superhero tights now too, don't they?
Yeah.
They have the superhero. They have the tights decals. I don't know.
Oh man, you could create your very own Great Lakes Avengers or Alpha Flight.
The only way to know is to check it out, because they add new stuff every Tuesday.
Absolutely, check it out. And that's the announcements for today. I think. Did I get it all? I think I got it all. All right, that's the announcements for today. If you please.
Roll the dice if you dare. Let's go and find
and welcome to the Mercenaries of Mischief. I, as always, am your benevolent Dungeon Master Puck, and I am joined today by these fine mushroom harvesters, who, also killed some giants, but whatever. I mean, that's not the greatest thing they did. But anyways. Also, Jabetta survived 2 crits last week, and I feel like we kind of glossed over that a little bit.
Fine.
But
It's fine. Don't
Clerics are tanks.
Anyway.
don't worry about it.
People don't realize that.
I will now introduce them in no particular order. Starting with, let's go with learning that other enemies can fly, Lilith Singer joining us today. Followed by not understanding why we don't just take the mushrooms and go. We have Kishano the Quick. And then we also have defending her honor with a thorny thicket. Club, I lost the thread here. Norbog is here as well, joining us fresh off of her Cloud Giant victory and practicing necromancy in front of his paladin cousin. We have Pennathan Rite joining us again. When last we left our heroes. All right. You like that? You like that? Or at last we left our heroes. They had journeyed to the Quillpoint Islands. And in the Quillpoint Islands, the home of the Rite family, they were met with a fairly warm welcome, although slightly off-putting, by Penn's cousin, Kraylon Rite. Kraylon, happy to see his cousin, invited them back to the house, got a little bit of a passive-aggressive shame from Mom, and found out that Dad is sick. Nobody's allowed to see him. And then they had a family dinner where Penn's uncle, Quilton Rite, Quill Rite, if you're unfamiliar, called him a heretic and said he was no longer eligible for the throne. The party then resolved to have a trial, or rather they were kind of forced into it gently by the Dungeon Master, and also Kishano, who really wants to do the trial. But Gilbetta, Spider Gilbetta does whatever a cleric and a spider can. Snuck through the castle and tracked down, with the help of Penn's instructions, Graffy Rite, Penn's father, who was comatose in his bed, and using magic, she accessed his mind and asked him how they could help. He suggested that a particular orange-capped mushroom from the forests near the castle might be of assistance. So the party set out after getting one small threat from Quilton, and after getting a resolution between Kraylon and Penn, where Kraylon said that he believes in Penn. They set out to the forest and were met with lightning strikes from the sky to set the forest ablaze. And inside the forest, 2 cloud giants making their way from tree to tree, harvesting the mushrooms before our party could. So everyone leapt into action and attacked these giants and beat them dead, while taking a few bumps and bruises along their way. However, Pennathan Rite, necromancer extraordinaire, furious with the pain being heaped upon himself and his friends and family, dug deep inside, used his ultimate charge to raise one of the cloud giants from the dead in plain sight, in front of all to see. And that is where we join things now in progress.
All right, Penn, as your legal representative, I have to say this is not the greatest move as far as dissuading people from, banishing or executing you for heresy against Lathander.
I warned him. And I'm just looking over. How bad does everybody look?
Oh, Kashano's fine.
Yeah, Kashano's fine.
Kashano-
I haven't
Everybody
taken a
else
hit in
fucked
like
up.
3 combats.
But looking over at Lilith and Norvog and Jolbetta specifically, because I can see that, that Kashano's still talking, so he's fine.
About half.
About half.
How's Lilith doing? About half? We can't hear you.
Yeah, half.
Okay, good.
a little more. So I'm okay.
About
Kinda
half.
like a
I mean, I don't have a ton of spell slots left either, but
oh no, tragic. Says
like
Norbog,
personal
bloodied. These things can fly. Ah,
Yes, other things can fly.
And
Uh,
just oh,
Oh, in the midst of all of this,
Yeah, how's Crayola looking over there?
Kraylon, the flame on his sword has gone out. And he is dragging it at his side as he walks head low up to his cousin.
I'm still so angry. Your father did this. I know this.
And he wearily reaches up his gauntleted hands. And his big form places those hands on your shoulders. And he looks up into your eyes, and you can see his eyes welling with tears. He says, "Do you think I'm a fool, cousin? Do you think I can't see the things that are happening before my eyes? I don't know how to fix any of this, but I'm doing what I can. But if you continue down this path, I cannot follow you. You have to understand."
I don't know what to do anymore. And it's, man, all the energy's drained out. It was rage and now it's nothing. I am so tired of hiding what I do here, and I would kill anyone that did this, and I gesture over at everybody bleeding out, including your father.
I know this. But there is so few family left. I do not have this other family that you do, and I have had to make do with the scraps we have here, cousin. Now that is not on you, I understand. But help me salvage what I can, please.
What would you have me do?
Trust in me. Trust in your friends. This creature did not ask for this. He is another pawn in whatever twisted game is being played against us. Let it go. I do not want to be your enemy, cousin, please.
And at that, Penn will turn around and make a gesture and let all the facsimile of life that was holding this thing aloft crumble. And I will turn back to my cousin, probably starting to tear up myself. I will let this go for now. I am coming for your father, cousin. And I need
understand.
you to know that, and I gesture back behind me at what is now this pile of ash and bones or whatever, is part of who I am, and it always will be. But I will not and he just kind of leans in and kind of crumples against his cousin's chest. There's this moment of just kind of like,
And he holds you close to him, and he says, I know it is who you are, but there are better ways to do this, and I know that you know that, because if you didn't, you could not have been able to harm me.
and in just awakened mind to him, I will say, thank you for reminding me.
Thank you for not going down where I could not follow you, cousin. We'll find a way to pierce the darkness and shine light on our home again. Together.
Together. And with that, I'll kind of push off, and my mentality's changed. So I reach in my bag and I pull out my staff of healing, and I'm just gonna pop off a mass cure wounds on everybody.
All right.
'Cause
Everybody's
I
healed
forgot
up.
that I should be worried about that more than this.
So, what are we doing? Dawn is fast approaching. The rains have resumed once more.
I'm at a loss, and I just am looking at everybody else. I don't think I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to do that like that.
Can't hear you, Sean.
Can't hear you, Jeff.
I said, well, it was pretty cool. At first, at least. Kind of terrifying. But let's focus on what's important. We're trying to help your father. I'll turn towards Gilbetta. So, do you have a plan for getting that in there?
Plan, man. We got like a 4-hour walk back. So we got plenty of time to figure it out, probably.
No. Yeah. Probably.
Just-
Where should
some more
we
work back.
All right.
make this exactly? Like, or does he just need to chew on it? What does
Powder it?
powder
Powder,
it?
right?
Instead of
Yeah.
Poop
instead
it?
of powder.
Are these mushrooms, are they kind of like on the drier, dusty side? Does it look like we can just crush them up, or is this going to be a process?
The tops are very shiny, very reflective, but actually there's these powdery spores underneath the caps.
Do you want us to like medicine check to see if any of us know the proper use of these?
I mean, you could. Look, you guys can play Dungeons and Dragons as much as you want.
The only thing I know about mushrooms
a
is making gravy.
7.
Well, that's a 25 for Gilbetta. So-
Gilbetta's got this.
I have a
That-
-1 to medicine, so I'm not even going to try.
You
I have a
think if you
+4 in medicine.
oh,
Hey, me too.
Ow.
you guys should use that sometime.
Yeah, we got you,
mean,
Betta. That's her specialty.
Gilbetta, you have some other healing herbs that you could use. If you mix this together, you think it'll form a kind of paste that you could feed to the king.
Gilbetta's like, I'll make him some applesauce. Type. It's
Alright.
fine.
Father always did
Um,
love applesauce.
Are we using all of it, or should we save some just in case?
Oh
We
my
have-
god,
how
can
many
you just
mushrooms?
put
How
us
many
in
mushrooms do we
comas?
have?
How many do we have?
Yeah. How
Do
many
I
mushrooms did we save?
Do I need all of it, or
I mean,
I-
you guys got a bunch of them. You don't necessarily need all of it. You think one or two. Will
I'll
have
just
enough
use
of
what?
you
Yeah,
need.
I'll just use what's necessary.
The rest in the bag of holding. Back to the keep. More for us.
Yeah, just in case one of us ends up poisoned.
Maybe my dad can
Oh.
reverse engineer them too and grow them at the keep.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
that'd be really
I-
good.
Have Whistle Whip figure out exactly what all the good for.
That's-
Pen. So with your current state, what's the goal here with the trial? Do you really care how it comes out? Are you fine with being banished from here? Am I just trying to stall?
I'm not in the best place right now. I just want my father and my cousin and my mother. Essentially, I want to make sure my uncle is no longer a threat to not only my family but this kingdom, and I want to make sure that my father is okay before we go.
Basically,
So,
remove the parasite.
so we want to expose your uncle in the course of defending you, ideally.
Ideally.
All right.
Our best chances would be to get that applesauce that Geppetta called it to the king.
I mean, I really think the best play is you guys go to the trial, extend it as long as you can, and I can. That way, we know that your uncle isn't actively guarding your dad.
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to talk for a very long time about stories of Penn's valiant triumphs, but I can certainly try.
You can do it.
Everybody shares the same knowing glance throughout the party. So,
Geppetta, would you need like assistance to stand guard while you take care of his dad?
Maybe I don't. It's gonna depend on because I know he's got those 4 guards. It's gonna
Yes.
depend on if he has all of them with him at the trial, or
But I still got some invisibility, and I can stall them with hypnotic pattern if that doesn't work out. Worst case scenario if they do catch.
Kraylon says, I can have you escorted back to my cousin's room. From there, I can place a guard that I trust at the door. Those of you who are not participating in the trial, perhaps you can make do with the time you have from there.
Okay.
yeah.
Very well. So who will be accompanying me to the trial?
I'd prefer to stay by Penn in case anything goes wrong. I'd
Yeah, I don't think
feel
I get
better if there's somebody there
I
with
think I
him.
get a choice in this.
You don't. You're stuck with
Yeah.
a Norbog.
You don't get to pick. So we got Penn, Norbog, Kashano, trial team. And we've got Rescue the King team, Lilith Gilbetta.
Yep.
All right.
Dream team.
The dream team.
Is your plan
And-
to go invisible or to turn into some sort of small animal?
I could also turn into one of the guards too. I have so many options on how to do this.
Did the gods, Gilberta, did the gods seem like they're just any god, or like it's a special corrupt group of gods that he's got?
Oh, I would
Watching the
say
king.
that you guys could do. Give me a perception check on what these guards look like.
Oh, I was referring to specifically to the ones that were guarding the king.
Well, I got an at 20, so.
Oh,
Nice.
they look like knights.
Fine.
They were wearing plate. They were wearing full plate, and they carried great swords.
Yeah, they're knights, so.
One time I got rid of heat metal.
Heat metal's actually what we called our calendars that we were selling, where the knights posed for each month.
That's it, guys. That's it, everybody. I don't know if we can top that. This is
That's the peak. Join us next week. for more
Yeah,
Mercs of
join us
Mischief.
next
Holy fuck.
Next week, never. That's it. We'll never. You think we could top that next week? Even we're done.
Show's over.
Krylon says,
Join us
That's a
next week
wrap.
for Star Wars 5e.
Yeah. Krylon says, I was Mr. June.
I don't want to know.
Are you sure? You don't know what he's like under that armor.
Don't like the guy.
Strong and nice. What's not to like? Come on.
He insulted me earlier. You think I
Okay, that's
forgot?
Lilith's
That's
gonna
true. He
open it
does
up
think
and
we're
be like,
heathens.
That's right.
Oh,
He is.
no,
he is
he's
still
hot.
pretty racist.
Right. Look, for a second I forgot racism existed and things were okay, okay?
We're working on scrubbing
on
it
it.
out. We're
Look, he
scrubbing that
doesn't-
shit out.
He doesn't know any better.
Doesn't it?
So, this is our courtroom drama music.
Oh my god, please strike a pose like Phoenix Wright in the courtroom anime.
Objection! No, knocking my mic around.
He got so
All right,
excited.
So, I did. So, Gilberta and Lilith, you are escorted by one of Kraylon's guards to Penn's room. While Norbog, Kashano, and Penn go to court. And this is the courtroom setting. There are a number of other what appear to be court figures in the courtroom. And it is all laid out between the two thrones. There is one empty throne, presumably for Penn's father. And then there is another throne upon which Queen Styllis sits. And Quill Wright has already taken his place at one of the podiums to argue his case. And I'm going to go ahead and throw you guys in here. Actually, I'm going to move this person back because that's where the accused sits. So there are a number of different pews kind of laid out in this columned room before the throne. And then there is a simple pedestal at which you can go argue your cases. I'll put Norbog seated just behind you guys.
Look, I'm not here to talk. I'm here to make sure my squishy boys don't die.
So at the front foremost pews, Kraylon stands at the side where his father is. And then we have Penn and Kashano sitting at the front pew in where they are being defended. And just behind Penn and Kashano, we have Norbog seated in place. And the queen, after some formalities and introductions, and says, "We are to have an inquisition today. In the morning light of Lathander, my brother-in-law has accused my son of heresy, of crimes against Lathander's will. He has suggested that my son be banished for these crimes and removed of his eligibility towards the throne. I will hear arguments from both sides, starting with you, brother-in-law. Thank you, dear sister. As he steps up and he gives a small glare to the two of you seated over there. It pains me to say it, but your son, Pennathan Rite, has always been interested in necromancy since a very young age. And in fact, he has learned about this dark art in secret while he was away in Faerun. I know this because I have my own confession to make. I had encouraged the boy when he was very young. I had hoped it would be nothing more than a passing fancy. I hoped that if I had shown him the depths of these dark arts, that he would see that there is nothing of worth in them and would find his way back to Lathander. But it is clear that that darkness has taken root in him. And though I bear some responsibility for it, I can honestly say that I see no other possibility, given the facts that we have before us. That is it for my opening statement, dear sister. And he moves back to his seat and sits down. I shall now hear representation from my son.
I'll get up there.
All right.
Your Majesty, I must say, the opposing counsel's confession surprised even us here on the defense, that he would so boldly and confidently stand up and admit to corrupting the youth when he seeks the throne himself, clearly. Not sure that that's quite who you want in power. But that's not exactly what we're here to discuss today, are we? We're here to discuss the accusations made against your own son. Accusations that he has strayed from Lathander's light, that he is a heretic, to use the terms used by the court. But I ask you, what is it that Lathander wishes of his followers, of all the world? To create? To preserve life? To seek knowledge? To care for those around them? And furthermore, to reform those who have been lost to the ways of darkness? I assure you that all of these things have been the driving forces behind every action taken by young Pennathan since he left your kingdom. I can prove this. I can tell you many stories of when he has exhibited these qualities and when he has influenced these qualities in others. Now, he may have left the dogmatic teachings of your church, and if you wish to call him an apostate, you would not be incorrect. But a heretic? Absolutely not. The only reason these accusations are being made is so that your very priest here can deflect from his own heresy. For he has been, for some time now, in service of the storm god Talos.
Gasps across the
No. Clearly not
A
his...
bold claim. I assume you have evidence beyond your opening statements.
We had talked before about grabbing part of the giants. Did we do that?
I said take the head. I don't know if anyone listened to me.
I tried to bring the whole body, to be fair.
Cloud giants are huge.
Yeah,
Let's say you guys took a thumb.
that's what I'm thinking. Okay. And so yeah. Oh, you'll have to forgive me. I'm not familiar with the precise court proceedings. Should I begin presenting evidence now?
Once you make your argument, that's the opening statement that we're on currently.
Oh, okay. So good. We're like sort of similar to over in favor and found. Anyways, I intend to prove all these claims, given the opportunity of justice in this court, justice that I'm sure shall be served today.
All right. While these opening statements are happening, up in Penn's room.
Uh-huh.
Lilith, Jobetta, you've been left alone.
Yep.
It's just us again. This is exciting.
I did want to say I left them Whisper. I did
Okay.
leave Whisper with them in case they need help.
All right. Whisper is with you.
Don't know how we can use whisper though.
Jabetta says, okay, so I got these cool new rings, right? And so,
Okay.
since I knew this was coming, I'm trying to combo here. And so Jabetta has she's attuned to Shelmaroom that she was already wearing,
Yep.
and Agmlar.
Okay.
She's like, I think this is gonna help us get to the king without being noticed. And she kind of holds out her hand for Lilith to like.
Touch or look?
Yep.
What do you want to do? Okay.
And Jabetta
I have your consent?
Windwalk on both of them at 6th level.
Okay.
What?
And so we now appear as wisps of cloud. We have a flying speed. She can already fly, but Jabetta now also has a flying speed of 300 feet. We have resistance to damage from any non-magical weapons. The only actions you can take in this form are dash or to return to your normal form, which takes 1 minute, and you're incapacitated when you do that.
So you are wisps of cloud.
We are wisps of cloud.
All right.
If I could right now, I would inspire, but that will have to wait.
There is a storm growing outside. The rain beats against the windows, but you think your cloud forms can
Blend
muscle
in.
through it.
Yeah. So I think that we just go,
Slip out the window.
yep, out the window and around and back in the window that I came out of when I was a spider.
This feels weird. But it's better than being inside a monster. Last time I was a cloud. So this is nice too.
I don't know that. Can we talk? I don't know how that works.
Let's say you guys could talk, because it's more fun if
Yeah,
you
it's
two
like-
talk. I picture it like it's a white fluffy cloud with Gilbetta's and Lilith's face. It's just floating.
Well, you know, yeah, it's like
You just hear the wind.
Yeah.
what is it? You've been a cloud before? So I'm going out and around.
So it doesn't take long. You've been here before. You're pretty familiar with the outside of the castle after that your previous trip. And you make your way up to the window, and you can see through the window the king is still lying in repose in his bed. And you can see two of these heavily armored individuals, one watching each entranceway, but their backs are to the window.
Okay.
With it being so high,
Yeah.
they
obviously.
assume nobody's coming in.
Yep. That was. I kind of figured that they would assume that.
They're not expecting clouds.
No, they were not expecting
It's just like
clouds at the window.
Two clouds with you guys' faces pressed up against the window.
Oh god.
manga, please.
My gosh, these rings are fantastic. And you have more?
Yeah, got a couple. Got a couple.
So, the window is closed.
Okay.
Oh, there's no crack? what perception? What's a cloud's perception check?
It's whatever yours is.
It's just yours.
Yeah.
I'll do a perception check to see if I can see any way in. As if that's a 28.
Oh, geez, I didn't have the bother.
All right.
17.
Tell me what I see.
It's not a perfect seal around the windows. They didn't weatherize. So
Amateurs.
you think you could probably squeeze through in your current form, but
You're a
you can't.
draft.
You're pretty sure you can't administer medicine in the current form you're in.
No. But are they looking in the room?
They are not. They are looking out towards the hallways.
Okay.
This is like Assassin's Creed. We're behind their backs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's your plan?
Joanna's like, okay, I'm gonna go in,
Mm-hmm.
and revert. She's like, you can stay like this unless something happens. This lasts for 8 hours, so
Oh.
you're good. You got so much time. You can be a cloud.
You could be a cloud all day.
Okay. I can't do anything but be a cloud right now, correct?
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Right now, all you can do is be a cloud or stop being a cloud
Yep.
and move. Those are your options.
Yep.
Can I make the guards feel cold?
I mean,
Hug
I
them in my
suppose
cloud 4. Make them miserable.
you can
they're
blow on
weird.
them.
Because they're wearing metal. And that should, I'm
Maybe
taking
just-
away their heat.
Maybe just don't do that.
No?
Maybe like if you're gonna do something, be you, where you have more options to do things.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, you can come in or stay out here and watch. It's-
All right, I'll just
we'll figure it out. And
okay.
Giovanna just goes in.
I'll
All right.
And reverting takes 1 minute.
Okay.
I assume it doesn't make any. I mean, I assume it doesn't make noise though. Like
It
it's
doesn't
just-
make noise to revert, but you do. So I need you to make
What?
You do by like being in a room and moving around.
Oh yeah, I got you on that.
I'm gonna need a stealth check for once you finish reverting, please.
Okay. Well. I'm also going to. So I'm gonna wisp under the bed, revert under the bed,
Okay.
and then immediately just cast silence in the room.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Can I
Obviously.
can I assist her by making noise that's not where
I mean, if
Javetta's
you wanna-
standing?
Stop.
If you want to run distraction and like go
Run?
make whistling wind sounds in the hallway and get them to chase you,
Okay.
I would
You wanna
allow that. That's
Chase
something
a
you could do.
cloud?
Yeah. Look, it's a cloud inside. You don't see that shit every day. One hopes.
Who ripped a fat vape up here in the tower?
we get it. You vape. So, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna run distraction?
Is that gonna help Javetta?
It will make Jabetta not have to make a stealth check between becoming real and making a silent zone.
Okay, I want to help Javetta.
Okay. All right. So, what does your cloud performance look like?
I'm performing as a cloud?
Yes, you are performing a distraction as a cloud.
I'm fluffy. I form a weird cloud shape like you see in the sky. It's a sun. Lathander.
All right, so roll your best performance check to try and change your cloud form into like a wispy sun of Lathander.
They must be bored. I'm sure they need entertainment.
Okay.
Wow, with a +10,
So
I got a nat 1.
so your sun doesn't look like a sun. So you try really hard. It ends up looking kind of like a kidney. Like it's just kind of like weirdly shaped. You're like, this is harder than it looks.
What's with my nat 1s this week?
I know performance is like you're really good at
The
performing.
one thing.
Look,
I have
you're a
one job.
cloud. It's a lot of pressure.
Still
Yeah, you're-
distracting in a way,
Okay,
right?
wait,
There's
look,
just-
I
was-
imagine
was that
Jobetta's
a-
like, no, you're a cumulonimbus, not.
Was that a weather joke? High pressure.
Maybe high
And-
pressure,
yeah.
high pressure, low pressure. Yeah. All right, so yeah, you're this weird shaped cloud. That's what your performance got you. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna fly out in front of them and be like, "Woo!" Like,
I guess.
look, if you got a better idea, I'm open to it.
I got nothing else. I'm just this weird smoke. Maybe they'll
Okay.
think fire's happening somewhere. I don't know.
So
Just
you go out in
floating.
front,
Just
like,
float.
woo. So you floating slowly, or you just gonna
No,
go by
just-
real fast?
I'm gonna try to act as natural as I can as a cloud that floats.
Okay.
I don't know. You've seen people smoke. Just kind of, and then it just disappears or
So
spreads.
you hear one of the two knights go, "Hey, hey, Charlie, check out this weird cloud."
I didn't see this coming today.
Look,
Continue.
we're-
I love it
we're-
when
we-
Lilith and Jobetta try to do things on their own.
the best team. So, it's just- hey, yeah, Stan, that's a weird looking cloud. What's a weird looking cloud like that doing indoors? I don't know, Charles. It looks like a bean. No, that's not a bean. That's like it's like a weird rock. Well, anything could look like a weird rock. What are you talking about? That's a bean.
Can I morph myself again or no?
I mean, look, you can try.
I'm gonna try to turn into a sun again. I'm stubborn. Worship me.
All right. Give me another performance check.
25.
All right. You can look like whatever you want to look like.
I can look like the sun.
Okay, you look like the sun now.
Okay.
Hey, that cloud bean's turning into something. Oh, it's looks like a sun. Looks exactly like a sun. Perfectly. Not like that weird beard bean thing it was before.
No, not a beard or a bean. Is it
Do
enough?
you think this is a sign from Lathander? I mean, it's not doing anything. If it was a sign, I think it would do something.
I'm slowly drifting down. Maybe they'll follow.
There we go. It's running away. Maybe we should follow it. We're not supposed to leave the king. Well, what's he gonna do? Get up? He's just he hasn't moved in days. Okay, well, let's follow it for a little bit. Come back, Cloud. And it's just like two guys jumping through the hallway. Moving after this sun-shaped cloud.
Oh god, D&D. I
love this game.
Jabba,
So after that Monty Python sketch, It's Gilberta, you reinstantiate your CL form under the bed.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You gonna be okay?
So, Shabetta's just like, she just kind of waits and watches, she like listens to all this go down. And she's like, those guys are so fucking dumb. But she says that in a message to the king. Those guys are fucking dumb.
Yeah, I think all of my smart guards are following cousin.
And she's gonna cast silence. She'll tell the king, like, I'm casting silence so they can't hear us. And then she's gonna she would have pre-made the paste. And so
Okay.
she's just gonna.
All right. Then I will need a medicine check to administer it correctly.
The 21.
You nail it. And you administer the healing concoction to the king. Meanwhile, back in the courtroom.
Can I say, I left them my cat, and from my cat's perspective, she's sitting there, these two people turn into clouds and fly out the window, and she's just like, and then goes and lays on the bed.
It's like goes to sleep. It's just like, well, whatever. There's nothing I can do with that. Quilton moves up to the stand. A lot of bold allegations have come from this outsider, this godless man who has come to our lands to defend a heretic. And I have stood for Lathander in these lands for years. I can tell you from first-hand accounts, though I am sad the seed of darkness took root in this boy, it was better that I assist him, rather than him slinking out into the village and acquiring some dark tomes at night. It was best that it be done under supervision, in a place and a time where it could be controlled. I am only sad that I could not properly steer him down the way of the light of Lathander during his time in Faerun. I will certainly have difficult relations with the folks at Candlekeep because of this in the future. But things are clear. You can tell by his manner, his dress, the dark tome he carries with him. The boy is deep into the darkest magics, and the teachings of Lathander are clear. Undead and all evil things are the enemy of the light of the morning Lord. He's clear as day, as clear as the light of Lathander himself. And he steps back down.
If knowledge of the undead itself is a sin, then how exactly was this man able to influence this young boy without himself committing these sins? The allegations are hypocritical and preposterous. But more to the point, we're going to need to hear some testimony today. Does this court have some method of guaranteeing the truthfulness of that testimony?
You may call witnesses if you wish, and if I do not believe the witness, I will guarantee their truthfulness.
Outstanding.
We give everyone a choice first. Honor should not be forced, says the queen.
Fantastic. And just before we move forward, since my credibility has already been brought into question, called me a godless man, let it be known. And he pulls aside and shows the symbol of Lathander tattooed on his chest there.
All through the courtroom, murmurs. Oh, did you see that? I can't believe he's got a tattoo of Lathander. He's one of us. He's one of those.
Norbog throughout this entire thing, because it's only an awakened mind only to Norbog, but every time he says something kind of jabbing, it's like, oh, dang!
Well, whenever the time is appropriate, I'll happily call my first witness. Is now the
As you
time to do
wish.
that? Are we done with opening arguments yet?
We are good.
Okay. Your own knight here, Kraylon, if you would not mind, are you prepared to make testimony?
I am prepared, yes. And he steps up and kneels in front of the queen. As he is walking past his father reaches out and grabs his shoulder. And they share a look. And then he proceeds.
Now, we all know Kraylon here as an honest, trustworthy, and devout follower of Lathander, yes? So, sir, would you mind telling Her Majesty and the court what it is that we went about doing last night?
We went to the woods to harvest orange cap mushrooms.
And when we arrived at the woods, what sort of condition did we witness amongst the forest? Weather.
As we approached the forest, in an instant the rain stopped. 2 lightning bolts came from the sky and struck the forest, setting it ablaze.
Interesting. Is that a common occurrence in this forest?
The trees are very tall, but it is unusual to have such violent storms on these islands for so long. And the strikes were so close together, it gave me pause.
That is interesting. The storms. How long have these storms been persistent over the islands?
For many weeks. It's been quite some time.
Well, many weeks. So, this darkness obscuring Lathander's light arrived and persisted well before the arrival of the prince, yes?
Yes, that is true.
So, there's no reason to suspect that this darkness is coming from Pennathan. It must be coming from someone or something already having influence on the island.
That is possible, yes.
And as we entered the forest, what did we encounter there?
There were 2 cloud giants in the forest. They were frantically harvesting mushrooms.
Cloud giants trying to harvest those very mushrooms we were after. That's interesting. Where would cloud giants come from? Are they common on these islands?
Not frequently, although they do occasionally sail over. I have not seen it myself, but I am to understand that many cloud giants take up residence in floating castles.
Yes, I'm made to understand the same. So, is there any particular reason why cloud giants would be coming here to harvest orange cap mushrooms?
It is unusual behavior for them. I'm not certain why they would be interested in them.
perhaps, well, no, we're not, I can't, wait, it's my witness, I can ask leading questions.
Sure. That's
Perhaps they were simply trying to get to them first. Is there any reason why they would want to prevent us from collecting them?
I am uncertain.
And why were we collecting these mushrooms?
And he kind of looks at you like, all right, is this all right to say? We were collecting them because we believed that they would be of use in treating the king's ailment.
Interesting. What manner of ailments do these particular mushrooms generally treat? To your knowledge.
To my knowledge, they are a fungus that spreads the light of Lathander. So they would be useful in curing some diseases and perhaps any other illness that specifically targets a worshipper of Lathander.
So they may also be dangerous to a heretic.
Possibly. I'm not entirely certain how that would work, but I imagine it is worth experimentation. I am not a botanist.
Fair enough. Can you think of any reason why a heretic would be looking to collect these mushrooms and cure the king? If they spread the light of Lathander, certainly they wouldn't want to be handling them and distributing them.
Well, the mushrooms grow once a season, so I imagine if a heretic were looking for them, it would be to destroy them.
And did Pennathan express any interest in destroying them?
No, he did not. He attempted to collect them multiple times while being struck in the face with a massive cloud giant mace.
So, at great risk to himself, sacrificially, one might even say, he sought to find a cure, an amplification of the light of Lathander. Meanwhile, cloud giants...
Objection. The victim in question is the defendant's father. Even a heretic cares for his family. Are you to imply that one caring for his family makes him impossible to be a heretic? I find this laughable.
No,
What
I
does
am
this
merely...
have to do with your case?
I am merely establishing that anyone seeking to destroy those mushrooms or keep them from us could perhaps be a heretic themselves.
So there are giants that wish to have our king continue to be ill. I will ensure that they are destroyed.
There is a sudden appearance of giants, which, by the way, and I walk back over to where he's sitting, reach into my bag. We took care of him, and I pull out the thumb. If I may enter into evidence...
Gasps across the courtroom. Oh my god, is that a real giant thumb? Oh my god, what's going on?
a token to prove the
Norbog,
claims being made.
Oh no, yeah.
could
What's
you
up?
make a perception check, please?
Sure. That I can do.
Norbog, they're gonna shank me.
They're gonna kill us both. Perception 8.
Okay, never mind, you don't see it. All
Real
right.
stressed.
So
I'm real stressed.
you're just like, this is so stressful.
I'm the tallest one here. I'm the only not human in this room, and I don't like it.
The
You guys should have come with us and be clouds.
You can't solve everything by turning into a cloud, though.
We did the thing. Get off our back.
The thumb is entered into evidence. Meanwhile, back with the king, Jabetta is administering the medicine, and Lilith is floating down the hallway being chased by Stan and Charles, the two knights.
You
who have been left
voluntarily
in
gave
charge.
them names.
I did. I established it in the previous scene.
Mhm.
And together they make Chan. Stars of Chan. Stars of
It's just like floating down the hall while they're chasing you, and you're like, their couple name would be Chan. It's just like,
This is so easy. I could do this all day.
Shipping the knife.
I don't know if I want to go back.
it's just 8 hours. She's gonna flop onto the floor and just feel like, aww.
Aw.
Being a cloud was great. So they're gone. Jabetta, you're administering the medicine. As the medicine goes down, you can see a bright light shining in the king's throat as it moves down into his body, illuminating him from under his clothes.
Okay. Sure.
You're like, yeah, all right.
All right. This seems normal.
It's lighting up, and the king blinks very rapidly, and then starts to breathe a little bit faster, and slowly begins to clench his fists as he attempts to rise up from the bed. And you hear no sound because you're still in a zone of silence.
Uh-huh.
But he's patting his chest and looking about, and he looks at you, and he nods.
That's okay.
And
Message.
you can tell by the look of him he is a bit out of breath. He says, "Where is my son?"
And nothing comes out because we're still in
Yes.
a zone of silence.
But you don't hear it.
And I'm just like, I assume I know what he's asking, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'm trying to like your baby, court with the queen. I don't know. It's charades.
There's a baby getting hammered by an evil demon.
Not in my kingdom. Let's go.
And I don't. Do I? If I think that they're gone, I'll drop the silence.
Okay.
And I'll be like, and then I can cast, and then I can use message.
right.
And I'm like, he's in the courtroom with. Cool. Do you want to try to like sneak out of here, or do you just want to be all badass about it and be like, I'm the fucking king, get the fuck out of my way? Because I'm down with either one of those plans.
I am not some pompous ruler. I can defend myself. Let's go to the courtroom.
All right, so badass we go. Here we go. Yeah, and I'll just I'll kind of just follow his lead. But I'm walking like moonstone hammer in one hand and Lunar's Edge in the other.
You're just like, I'm ready.
I'm like, we got this.
All right, you take them cruising down. Lilith, you're still being chased.
Yeah.
You just gonna keep running?
Yeah. I'm not running, I'm floating. Just
Okay, are you gonna keep floating?
it's so easy. Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
just float there.
Are you going to
I don't
attempt
know if Javetta's done with her job or not. I'm floating.
Are you going to attempt to lead them in any direction, or are you just gonna keep on just going wherever?
I go where the wind takes me.
You are the wind. That's the point.
And at that point,
I am the wind.
a breeze
Oh no.
echoes through the halls and grasps your cloud form and starts leading you through the hallways, taking you somewhere.
Like a water slide? Just kind of
Kind of like a water slide of air,
just going.
like an air water slide.
Looks like wee.
Like an air slide.
Yeah. Should I do like a perception to see something's wrong, or am I just riding the wind then?
You can just ride the wind. I mean,
I'm
you
riding
can
the
feel
wind.
this wind pulling you, but it's just like you're not sure where it's coming from or what it means.
I'm still doing my job. I'm riding the wind, distracting the
All right.
guards. Yep, I'm floating.
The guards are still trying to follow you. as you ride the wind through this place. Back in the courtroom, I shall begin my cross-examination of the witness if you are finished.
Yeah, that'll be all for now.
Pennathan Rite, Paladin of the Sun Knights. Did you witness anything else in the forest that
Like,
might
reach
be
for Norbog's hand at this point because I'm like, oh god.
that might be of interest to the court? And there is silence.
I'll look at him and I'll just like nod, just like, yeah, go ahead. And meanwhile, in the awakened mind, I'm like, Penn, what's the range on this conference call?
30 feet. It's very small. We don't have the best package because there's only one of us that can do it.
Right. No, fair enough.
Upgraded the family plan.
We've got to get 5.
I witnessed my cousin use necromantic magics to reanimate one of the giants. Gasps through the courtroom. Oh my god, did you hear that? A whole giant. He must be a powerful necromancer. He's a lich! No,
This is going better than I thought.
Might be executed, but you'll get a huge ego boost.
And then Quilton says, the word of the captain of our knights against an outlander and a heretic. I believe the answer is clear. And he goes and sits down. Sangha, please. like 15 more minutes.
Your Majesty, we do not contest this claim. We do not contest his actions, as has been made clear by Quill himself. Learning about dark arts is not dangerous. It's how these things are used. I would like to call to the stand my next witness, if I may.
Of course.
Fantastic. We would please have on the stand Mr. Quilton Rite.
Of course. What do you wish to ask me?
Your Majesty, I'll remind you we may need to ensure the truth from this witness.
Once I deem it necessary, I will ensure it.
Very well, thank you. Sir, what is it that ails the king?
It is a mysterious illness, one I have not seen in all my years of medicine. I believe I will call it Graffy's disease.
Mysterious. So, your claim is you do not know the cause of the king's
I
ailment.
do not know the cause, but I am working each day tirelessly to find a cure.
Have you attempted orange cap mushrooms?
I have not. It is a peasant's remedy. One of those placebo ailments. Good for joints and strong bones, as they say. There's really no merit to it.
That's strange. If it's merely a useless peasant remedy, why would there be so much interest from storm gods and storm giants to capture it?
Well, cloud giants are notoriously foolish. Perhaps they believed it.
Perhaps. How long has the king been ill for?
Oh, I would say at least 6 weeks.
Approximately how long has the weather been so dismal?
Well, it's difficult to say. I do not control the weather, Mr. Quick.
Your Majesty, I believe he's just told us a lie.
Are you suggesting that I can control the very weather above our heads?
Aspects of it, indeed.
Well, I
Why-
understand that you are an outlander, but you have gravely overestimated my power. I am but a simple priest.
Well, I can show you what I did witness. If it pleases the court, I would like to enter into evidence a major image, replaying events that I have witnessed with my own eyes.
And you play the major image in front of everybody. The courtroom erupts in gasps. The storm becomes more violent outside.
Oh, someone's not happy about this, are they?
And he looks at what's going on agog and he says, this is clearly some kind of forged illusion by this trickster from another world.
Your Majesty, I have spoken nothing untrue this day or since I have arrived on your island, and I will gladly submit to whatever means you like to confirm that.
Kraylon, apply a zone of truth to your father.
Sorry, couldn't hear. It's too loud outside.
Storm's
What
getting
is
wild.
with that storm? Norbog and Penn, could you make a perception check, please?
Can I make a perception and also drop magical awareness so that
Absolutely.
anything within 60 feet that's magical I can see? So I'm going to roll perception first and you can figure out what.
I got a
to tell
nat
me.
20 on
I got a
perception.
nat 22!
Oh my god!
Nat 20 bros!
So-
Along with magical awareness, which I'll mark off my thing now.
Everyone is up in arms at this, except for one dark-skinned, gaunt, wispy-haired old man sitting alone. He has an unearthly calm expression to him in the proceedings. He's the only one not reacting to what's happening.
Is he magical? Can I see what's magic look like to me? How's it magic?
It looks like what you're looking at is not a man, it is an illusion. It is what the person you're looking at wants you to see.
Okay, and what does Quill look like to me?
Quill looks like Quill.
What does Quill's staff look like to me?
Quill's staff looks like the same kind of illusion, covering up 3 lightning bolts.
Okay. I'm gonna lean forward to... Or no, I don't need to lean forward. We're gonna awaken mine. If we get him to drop his staff illusion... it. Also, that dude in the corner is really weird.
Yeah, I don't. You saw him too. It's
well,
weird.
I looked at him through my awareness to my magical ability thing. He's an illusion too, like the staff.
Oh, that's fun.
Mhm.
That could mean literally anything.
Anything. And I'm
Do
real
either of
dumb.
do either of you have a way to dispel illusions?
Oh, hey, I was trying not to bother you. You're doing great.
Real fascinating.
No, I can.
No.
If someone's trying to cast an illusion actively, like in the moment, I can be like, "Don't do that." But outside of that, no.
All I can
It's
do
gonna
is
be so
sense
dope
it.
when I get there. Don't worry.
I can't do anything with magic except see it.
So, at this point, Kraylon has stepped forward, and he has cast his zone of truth. And then the queen looks at him and says, Quilton, have you now, or have you ever, been in league with the storm god? and it's like an animal looking for a way out. And then at the back of the room, you hear, "Dear wife, he has and always has been my brother."
Damn it! I wanted to do a thing.
Good. My final witness has arrived.
No, I wanted to do a thing.
Gilberta's right behind him. Gilberta, say your thing.
No, it's too late. It's fine.
I would imagine but
moment's
actually
gone.
doing that.
Actually says that.
She does.
She
No,
says
I wanted
that.
to do a
Right down the
thing.
door.
It's like, I was gonna do a thing.
I'm sorry, it's do you
Paladins,
wanna-
no flair for good entrance.
God.
And Lilith, the cloud, floats into the room from a hallway.
Just so you know, I'm floating to different shapes, trying to make them predict their future. Like, I turn into a building. They're gonna, see, it implies new job prospect, a career change, a promotion. And then I turn into a baby. It's a new phase or a fresh start in your new life.
And you turn into the two of them kissing.
Gilberta's I'm gonna say that we were coming up as I jumped back into Awakened Mind and I overheard their conversation about seeing things, and I'm gonna, when he says this, I'm also gonna go up to the queen and I'm gonna say, "My queen, may I give you the ability to truly see what's going on in the courtroom today?"
Oh?
And I'm gonna hold my hand out, and if she touches me,
She touches your hand.
I will use that same ring to also cast True Seeing.
Very well.
And so the queen now has true sight,
Very
and
well.
she can also see into the ethereal plane all for 120 feet.
Your,
Oh no, Harold.
your rings are exhausted for the day. But upon that, she looks across the kingdom, all the people arranged in front of her. And at first, she looks on her brother-in-law, and a scowl grows across her face, and she becomes most upset. And then she looks across the room, and you can see all the color dip out of her face as she looks at the dark-skinned, gaunt man with wispy hair, sitting alone in a pew. And she says, "We are all in danger." And the gaunt man stands and says, "A beautiful performance." And as he claps, you hear a rumble of thunder. "You failed me, Quilton, but there are other ways to catch a breeze." And we're going to take a little break right there.
I have so few spell slots. All right.
God.
I'm gonna have to use my weapon against a god. This isn't gonna go well. Okay. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Woo!
I'm playing Ludima Razorclaw, an anthropheline wizard who plays a magical harp.
Okay, but that's an elf.
Hey kids, are you tired of those boring old standard miniatures?
Where's that voice coming from?
It's not important. You can't defeat epic foes with normal heroes. You need custom heroes. And you can get all the custom heroes you need any way you want them at Hero Forge.
You hear that too, right?
Yeah, what is that?
Shut up, it's not important. What is important is that with the launch of Hero Forge 2.0 update, you have more customization options than ever. And now you can get them printed in full color.
It's just like I designed it!
Just log into HeroForge.com anytime, any place, even on your phone. You can make your heroes whatever you want them to be. Dozens of fantasy species, thousands of items to mix and match. Let you create virtually any character you can imagine.
An elephant man!
Wow, look, frog folk!
I made a giggle dog!
They even have robots!
A bald eagle riding a wolf carrying flamethrowers! So much freedom!
You can have your minis printed in a wide variety of quality materials, or download the STL file and print them at home. Oh, and did we mention that you can create custom images for your heroes and digital tokens for online games?
Wow,
Wow,
those Hero Forge minis
look
sound
so cool.
great!
You bet they are. Get your Hero Forge miniatures today. After all, you're gonna need them for what comes next.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
Get your Hero Forge minis today.
You know what? There's probably a platform out there where we could pretty simply. There's got to be something open source for creating fighting games, right? We can make a Mercs of Mischief fighting game.
Look, we gotta come up with special moves. You can't just say it's a fighting game.
Well, all the special moves are built in. We just have to rip off all of WotC's IP.
I picture that Grubhub in the Forgotten Realms is delivered by a literal grub. And when you close the door, it hops up on 2 legs and dashes away.
Who's hub?
I don't
know what's better, the name or the silence that came immediately after.
I was thinking
come up to your window?
Can you imagine an army delivering one like taco to your door?
I think that the Academy should corner the gig economy here.
I think it's
Let's do
Dimension
it.
DoorDash.
Dimension DoorDash?
Brayden, we can't hear you.
I think he said, "God damn it."
That seems like a very Braden.
Now
thing
he's
to say.
flailing about, even though we still can't hear
He's
him.
entering problem-solving mode.
He's cussing out something. Like, man, that was so easy.
I like when you like steal like a shitty truck from like some farm people.
Like
Fucking
Vince.
every cop in the county comes after you guys.
Vincent,
Like, break out of a hospital. It's just like, well, I went over the bridge. They're gone now.
Like, seriously, Uzak, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is like the fucking easiest shit. You have been programming Monopoly games since 1992. Alright? This isn't difficult. How did you fucking whiff this so bad? No, like, this is fucking inexcusable. In fucking 2010.
Still frozen on my side. I'm playing with a bunch of fucking ghosts, and nobody can complete this auction. I'm looking at a fucking empty auction screen. And this is all fucking Ubisoft's fault. You fucking shit the bed so bad on a game that was mastered before the fucking Great Depression. Holy shit!
Ow, God, I can't breathe.
Scratched the code.
It ain't over yet. I've played my Silver Flame Ritual card, which places a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control. And if I play it with the Adamant cost, if at least 3 white mana was used to cast the spell, all of the creatures gain Vigilance as well, giving my token knight +1/+1 in Vigilance, along with both of my Basari lieutenants and my youthful knight. I'm doing the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I place into play my Silverwing Squadron, a flying human knight. It has Vigilance, so it does not need to tap to attack. When the Silverwing Squadron's power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures I control, Silverwing Squadron, whenever it attacks, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with Vigilance, equal to the number of opponents I have. And that's you, Kaima!
Party pillows don't have to be weird.
They don't.
I know. They can be very weird. That's why I said they don't have to be.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're using a skeleton as a pillow, Skylar, what are you doing?
It's a It's a what?
It's a pile of bones. It's not a pillow.
It's a friend.
It is calcium at best.
Ambush! Push!
No, please.
Ambush! Push!
Hey.
What are you doing?
You stop.
Why don't we're close?
Hello. Who would like really hard mozzarella stick? I found them on the table.
That's wooden plank, you idiot.
This mozzarella stick is good for you.
Oh, I touch. Let me touch your face.
Caress me, sir.
I'm trying to, but your face is too far.
I spilled bodies everywhere. But I do know the solution. There's a business called Penn's Catering. Feeding hellspawn and getting bodies gone. Feeling swole.
Okay, I killed their healer. Good puppy. Good puppy. Oh,
Yes.
you need to ride this out to its final tragedy. Like
Guys, I've been talking to this dog for a while, and he's got some good ideas.
I have a technical
'cause-
question. How short is that T-shirt?
It's a crop top.
You.
It's a crop top. It's not lewd. I'm sorry my midriff is there. Don't shame me.
Are you a fucking roller derby chick in 1960s California? Why do you have a crop top?
Or alternatively, are you a volleyball dude in 1980s California? You know, I'm actually really glad this is becoming a trend, because I personally get this a lot, where people either hear my voice and don't see my face, or they see my face and don't hear my voice. And when they get the two together, they're like totally shocked. But I mean, I don't see what the issue is. You know, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. You threatening me, Master Jedi?
What is a word in your foreign language that just sounds insanely inappropriate to English speakers?
In Primordial, the word for friend is slugfucker. Yeah, I was trying to tell them at the front. They said they would pass it along to you, but apparently you didn't get...
How would you rate your pain on a scale of 1 to 10?
Not a fan. 3 stars at best.
Alrighty then.
Tell me about the first magic item you ever created for D&D.
Okay, I think y'all are gonna like this here. Now, this is called my bag of time-space bullshit. Ah, like this old regular old dagger, right? And just put that in the bag. Now, at the same time, other versions of you in other universes are putting similar items into the bag. Yeah, I guess we rolled a 6. I'd say it's an upgrade. Effect lasts 24 hours.
Roll the dice if you dare. Let's go and fight, protect, persuade, deceive. Let your party run free. You can't take back your choice in D&D. So go on and work together. Family of strangers, help together. This is your time. It's your story to tell. Enter the world of mercenary. Mischief, mischief, mischief.
And at the tavern till the early morning light, he stumbled home at dawn and he gave his wife a fright, casting random spells from off his list. Oh, a glamour audible and a forced phantasmal, blurry mirror images, he drove her up the wall. And he always had a little flask of whiskey in his fist, the drunken gnome illusionist. One day when he went out, he heard the people shout, "The brewery's destroyed, there'll be no more ale or stout." And also the distillery where all the whiskey's made. The gnome illusionist began to pout. "If I ever find the beast that took me whiskey drink, I'll find him, I'll fight him, for he's pushed me to the brink." His wife, she laughed and said, "No more drunken gnome parades, now you'll be a sober gnome, I think." "No, I won't," says he, as he searched and he sought, dusting off spell books that all but time forgot. Realized that he was higher level than he thought, recalling all the spells that he had missed. Improved invisibility and monster shadowy, permanent and powerful illusions they can see. And he studied with a little flask of whiskey in his fist, the drunken gnome illusionist. He followed forth the trail of every broken brewery wagon and met some whiskey dealers who were standing and a-bragging. They said they saw what broke their whiskey still the other night. 'Tis no lie, we tell ya, it's a dragon. Was it black? Was it red? Was it green or white or blue? We couldn't really tell, but it took a cask or two. It's living in a cave down by the river out of sight. What's a drunken gnome like you a gonna do? The drunken gnome illusionist, he had it to the cave and found some dead adventurers who tried to be so brave. Their torn and mangled bodies lay upon an open grave, a slaughter that would marvel even Drist. For their swords and their shields and their armor was the best. Their wizard had a fireball and telekinesis, but no one had a little flask of whiskey in their fist like the drunken gnome illusionist. The drunken gnome illusionist had almost sobered up. He held his flask of whiskey and he toasted buttons up. Then he heard a voice from high above him sadly ask, "Would you like to share? I've got a cup." The dragon wasn't blue or black or red or green or white, silver, copper, bronze or brass or gold as morning light. 'Twas an amber-colored dragon just like whiskey from a flask. "I'd rather share a drink than have a fight." And the whiskey dragon smiled as they shared a drink or two. The drunken gnome illusionist, he knew just what to do. With permanent illusions made the dragon's lair anew, fulfilled the whiskey dragon's lifelong wish. Now the cavern was a tavern where the whiskey air would flow. The dragon had a flagon and the town would always know that he had saved them with a little flask of whiskey in his fist. The drunken gnome illusionist. The drunken gnome illusionist. The drunken gnome illusionist. Well, the lute only works if you're listening. It's the softest and sweetest of songs. It has 15 strings you can hear while I sing. So shut the hell up and sit down. It's not a guitar or a banjo or uke, a dulcian and oud or a zither. It's a Renaissance lute, and yes, she's a beaut, and I'll dither with her, whether hither, thither, or wherever. But the lute only works if you're listening. It's the softest and sweetest of songs. It has 15 strings you can hear while I sing. So shut the hell up and sit down. The neck it is bent, for to keep it in tune, the gut frets will move at your leisure. The front is spruce pine, the back's maple and fine, rounded and ribbed for your pleasure. But the lute only works if you're listening. It's the softest and sweetest of songs. It has 15 strings you can hear while I sing. So shut the hell up and sit down. So shut the hell up and sit down. So shut the hell up and sit down.
All right, adventurers, the courtroom has heated up, or gotten rainy, something like that. But before we get back to the action, let's see who we're playing with this week. Puck.
Oh, it's a blustery day, Piglet. No, so...
That's it. Looks like rain.
I am a very lucky dungeon master in that I get to do this show with all of these cool people who do stuff on the internets and help us make this channel the thing that it is, and they do other stuff. And I like to talk about those things. Man, we're having a good show today, guys. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. And I'm going to start today in reverse order of how I introduced everybody, because that's always fun. So I'm going to start with Penn.
Hi, it's me, Noctum Sky. You can find me over on YouTube on my channel. I do gaming stuff eventually. I do more Twitch streaming recently every Monday and Wednesday, except for Asunder days. I am streaming different gaming things with friends. Sean and I have a plan to do some Baldur's Gate starting Wednesdays, so get ready for that. And then also, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a new episode of Necronoms. I made Roll Rum. It's got absinthe in it, and boy howdy, that was boy, go watch that video, because man, it's something. Let me tell you, look, it's kind of grown on me, but like with other things. So I don't know. Just don't take shots of it, because that'll hurt. Oh, it hurts so bad. Anyway, go check Necronoms out. Eventually, I'll get the video where I tried absinthe on its own on my channel, but until then, just watch the other one, Necronoms. It's great. Go check it out.
You got to be careful with that stuff. If you have too much of it, you could become absinthe-minded.
Oh. This is why you're the DM.
Hey, who did I introduce before you? I forgot. Reverse sword. Okay, whatever. Gilberta, talk about things.
Hey, it's Gilberta. Watch Trash Bin. I don't know. There's probably going to be board games. Sean really wants board games, so there's probably going to be board games.
I found a really cool way to play board games online. You're going to hear so much about it on Tuesday.
So board games. Sky talked about his show. That's dope. We also got Beth's show, which is also dope. We got Sean's show, which is also dope, and World Weavers, which is more dopeness.
And who edits those shows?
It's me, Senator Skylers. Thank goodness. So come out, watch those shows. Also, Hero Forge video coming your way soon. So stay tuned for that.
Excellent. Yeah, look out for that. I come out really good in that one. Next.
You haven't seen the edit yet, so.
oh dear.
Ooh boy.
All right. Next up, we got Lilith. Lilith, tell us what you got going on.
I kind of got the new Lilith done. I'm excited to use her. I'm probably just going to keep updating her as I move forward. And I will be doing story stuff again with Lilith soon now. I haven't asked about Cinderella Phenomenon, and hopefully I don't kill another prince or whatever. It's fine. I didn't love hard enough, apparently. Other than that, yeah, you can catch me on YouTube or on Twitch to do art or gaming. I plan to do like a little chat after the show if anyone wants to come join me and want to talk about it. Catch me on the YouTube. It's Dipper Dog 15. And see what the rest of the show will be like, because I have a feeling Tusk got some chaos going on.
Me? Never. Come on.
Lies.
That's so off-brand for me. All right. Kajano, tell us what you got going on.
Oh, what I've got going on, my name is Jonathan, also known as the Mad Maker. I am the producer over here. You can find me on Twitter over at _Mad Maker. You can find me on TikTok at Marty Immortal, like you may have seen during the break. I've started doing like roleplay advice videos over there, which seem to be pretty popular with the crowd. So I'm probably going to be doing more of that. I also have a podcast called Proficiency Bonus that I do with friend of the channel, Mendari. That is a comedy D&D advice show. We've found ourselves doing more like actual D&D chat and less comedy lately. But we've had guest stars like Montaglue from the Unexpectables. We've had Dingo Doodles, so you can hear all about their interesting things, like how they got started and the stuff they do, and their secrets of how to win at D&D. And sometimes people ask me, like, how do you have time for all of this stuff? It's because I don't sleep. And what helps me with that is Found Familiar Coffee. They're not actually a sponsor, but we do have an affiliate with them. So if you go to foundfamiliar.com/Mercs and use the discount code Mercs, you get 10% off your order of D&D themed coffee. They like to support small artists, so it'll help out the channel. It'll help support the channel too when we do that. But our main sponsor, Hero Forge, has got new stuff coming all the time. Like Sean talked about at the top of the show, they've got new wheelchairs for your characters, including like the battle fantasy wheelchair, modern ones, and like future sci-fi ones too. You can build all kinds of characters over at Hero Forge. So be sure to check that stuff out. They've been awesome supporters of us almost from the beginning, from way before we had any business having sponsors. So please support them. They're absolutely fantastic folks over there.
Thank you so much, Hero Forge and Found Familiar, and our wonderful producer, John. Nora Bog, tell us about what you got going on.
I'm Arcady. You can usually find me on my Twitter, which is Arcady Cosplay, and I'm usually over there making things and playing dress up and taking pictures of the things that I make and playing dress up. Yeah, like Puck mentioned earlier at the beginning, he started playing Fire Emblem on Fridays over on Trash Bin, and Melissa and I show up and get drunk and make commentary. So if you've ever wanted to hear my blazing hot takes about anime boys while I'm drunk and have no filter, that's the place to do it. So come hang out on Trash Bin on Fridays. That's the best way I could sell that show to anyone.
It's a lot of that, and it's a lot of me just being unreasonably cruel to random people that don't deserve it.
And not listening to the tactics that he should be using.
Look.
And he's going to get them all killed because he doesn't play the game right.
Okay. Only one person died. And it was just for fake.
And it was Bernadetta. You monster.
I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
All you need to know is there's a young Sky and a young Beth.
That's true. There's characters who look like me and Sky, and we're going to recruit them and then try not to get them murdered.
It's going to be great.
There you go. For anyone,
check that out over on our sister channel, Trash Bin.
Yeah, so for anyone who's new to the channel, Mom's Trash Bin is our second channel where we do basically anything that's not D&D and TTRPG related. Playing games and stuff and screwing around, so be sure to check it out.
That's our mess around channel. That's our video games and stuff, and hanging out, having a good time. You guys want to play some more Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do today? Is that okay? All right, cool.
Die at the hands of the god. Sure, let's do it.
Y'all making a lot of assumptions here.
Well, I'm making assumptions. Sean doesn't.
Yeah. So, when last we left our heroes, the storm has raged. A court drama unfolded. Somebody turned into clouds that took the forms of kidneys and suns and all kinds of other weird stuff. And the king has returned. And an unusual, frail, wispy-haired man has stepped forward and announced that Quillpoint Rite works for him. And the queen is very pale and very worried about what is happening.
The defense rests.
Who the fuck's that guy?
My name is not important.
No, I think it is. I think it is important, please.
Did he get bigger? What's happening?
He did grow.
I'm gonna go ahead
I like to know who I've murdered.
Ooh, okay. Well, before we get into that, I want to go ahead and Talos, I presume.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Go with that.
Whatever narrative suits you.
Oh, well, I mean, if the narrative's up to me, now we're talking my wheelhouse. It's a pleasure to meet you, first of all. I wish it was under better circumstances. You seem to be a little upset, but I'm wondering, what is it exactly that you want here? Like, what's your aim?
I'm here for the Solar Forge.
The Solar Forge. and I kind of look confusedly at at Penn probably, and like in the
that-
head I'm like, the fuck's that?
And like all the civilians are panicking and running out of the room now.
Okay, good.
Too long, can't tell you, but really Magic Forge makes light weapons that are like god level, god tier. It's a secret of the kingdom. Shh.
Well, all right, not so much anymore.
Pennathan Rite!
I said that in my head.
Okay.
I said that in my awakened mind only to my party members.
Does your acquisition of the Solar Forge require killing us or Pennathan? I'm not sure what a Solar Forge is, but
That's rather up to you.
okay. I'll turn back to like the king and queen.
And there are frightened glares to each other, and they say, Stillis, shaken by the presence of this creature. It's only a legend. It doesn't actually exist.
Oh,
We
well,
both know better than that.
sorry, guy, you came to the wrong place.
You're damn right he came to the wrong place. I'm trying to climb over Norba.
Nope. I'm like, nope. I'm not letting him. I'm not letting him run up to this monster and punch it in the face like he always does. We're gonna keep the warlock back for a little bit.
I'm trusting that you'll hold me back.
Yep. I got you.
I'm gonna walk over to where Quill is, and just kind of get behind him and start pushing him towards the big scary dude. Well, we're not sure what Solar Forge is, but this seems to be your problem to deal with, so you can go ahead and do with him as you please and go about your business. He seems to be the only interested party
I will
here.
be taking him back with me.
All right, well, thanks for stopping by.
I need the Solar Forge. So I can either kill everyone in this room until I get it, or you can give it to me.
I mean, how are you gonna? What's your? I mean, if it's a thing, it's probably big, right? Like, what's your plan here? What?
Do you have movers with you? Did you bring? Do you know anyone with a truck?
It's a truck.
I assure you,
like a
whatever
wagon,
its
but-
size, I'm quite capable of moving it. And he expands in size again.
Oh, well, that's unsettling. So, I don't know what this thing is or if it exists, but it's not really my call to give it to you or not. And this doesn't really seem to involve us. So, and I'll look at the rest of the party. So, do we want to go? Want to go, guys?
That's Penn's decision. It's his family that we'd be abandoning.
To that guy, is he like so big that he's like
Asshole.
crouching over yet?
He is just like rising up. It's quite a tall roof.
Oh,
So
okay, got it.
Yeah.
The more you do that, the lower your AC is.
Does
and-
this guy look like he's ready to hurt us?
yeah, he looks like he's ready to kill somebody.
In our
Okay.
heads, I'm
What
like,
are we
Penn, this is
doing?
your party.
I'm a
If my
clown.
parents aren't gonna give it to them, then I feel like we need to keep them safe at the very least. But if you need to go, like, I don't want y'all to conflict.
No, let's find a god. What could go wrong? We're here for you.
I'm
Penn.
burning an ultimate.
Do it.
Yes.
All right.
As I
I'm a cloud.
imagine,
I sneak attack.
as Lilith is like, I imagine there's some indication, knowing Lilith pretty well at this point, that she's doing something weird. So I'm gonna be like, all
Arrow,
right, well,
do you see a cloud?
well, certainly doesn't seem to involve me. So if you don't mind, I'll be leaving, and I'm going to start making towards the exit.
All right.
I would like.
Lilith, how
would
are
it
you
pen-
wishing to execute this ultimate?
I do need to know, do
hold
I
on.
make it to the exit, or does he stop me?
As you go up to the doors, a gust of wind pushes the doors shut.
Thaumaturgy. Open it up again.
All right. Well, I was hoping to do this in private, but just real quick, I kind of look up. Hey, Mr. Stone, we're fucking up a kingdom. Want to jump in? That's all I got. Lilith?
Lilith, how are you spending that ultimate?
I'm okay. I don't see.
Whoa, hold on, while
Puck
she's
yet, so it
sorting
should be
that out,
fine.
just to let new viewers know, you can check out our tip menu. You can purchase us ultimates. You can purchase after credits scene for special stories lines that are developing. Maybe we need some more ultimates. Just saying. Okay.
All right. So you've got all the powers of hell within you, Lilith. How do you unleash them?
I don't know what they are, but I'm gonna try to make sure
look,
that this guy's away from my friends.
You can make something up, or I can make something up for you.
Hey, think Dragon Ball Z style. I'm gonna use an absolute force to push him somewhere away from my friends and through the wall, crash it. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's take the god and push it somewhere else.
Let's take the god and just take it away. Lilith pops out of cloud form and erupts in flames.
I have flames.
And she unleashes a blast of hellfire
Oh, yay.
that encompasses the entirety of this creature, launching him through the walls and the pillars of this castle and outside into the rain.
Fire beats wind.
And he is out for the moment. Everyone is panicking. Everybody's like, we need to leave now.
Everybody scatter? It's like a bar fight. We just leave so the cops doesn't get us later.
Kraylon runs up.
The king and queen, like.
The king and queen are terrified. They don't know what to do.
You move.
Ollivander.
Do you
That's
have some
like
sort
your
of
whole thing.
escape tunnel or something?
There are some tunnels, yes. The king, kind of exhaustedly, this way. It's a desperate time, but I think we have no other choice.
No shit.
Vander.
Hey, you think?
I'm just like, hey, get down here, motherfucker, please.
And Kraylon grabs the shoulders of his father, and he says, "What have you unleashed upon us? Did you not know?"
Family drama later. Everyone, move your asses now.
Look, I'm here for this, but we don't really have time right now.
If they don't start moving, I'm gonna start like threatening them with an arrow. But like, move!
If they want to stay here and die, let them, Lilith.
Oh yeah, that's an option. Let's go.
The gentleman is like, "How about fuck him?"
Shut up. No, you're right. You're right. Family first.
So, start heading out. The storm you can hear gets more violent outside. You can hear the panic of everybody in the castle as you all start to make your way. And the king leads you through some darkened passageways and into numerous dark corridors leading down into the depths of this island. And eventually, you all come to a room with this enormous glimmering apparatus. It has a golden crucible. It has a golden crucible and a series of mirrors surrounding it. And there's a beautifully ordained forge and a beautifully ordained anvil.
Is this the thing he's looking for? Why did you bring us right to the thing he's looking for?
Why did we
This is
come
like
here?
the what? You know how much easier it is to follow someone when you're looking at them?
Because if we leave, he'll have it.
Can you destroy it then?
Why can't we just use it?
We have to get it to sunlight.
It's a little hard in the middle of a rainstorm.
Wait, I could just fly up there with the thing.
How much? How much sunlight?
Can't Jobetta make moonlight?
That's not sunlight.
That's not sunlight.
Oh, well, technically.
The magical properties are different. It's changed whenever it factors through the moon.
I can get it to the roof if you can all find a way to disperse the clouds long enough, or if we can find another source of light, we can maybe make a weapon to fend him off.
Okay, question. How much sunlight do we need?
As much as we can get our hands on.
Is it nighttime or daytime right now?
It is daytime, but there is a storm.
It's storm cloud.
Ow!
Ben, we don't have any of those sunfire pods, do we?
That's a good question. I'm going to root around in my bag of holding. I don't think we do, but
so
if we
many
do, then...
bones come out.
Do we have any way we could amplify the light from the mushrooms?
Perhaps.
Let's make a mushroom sword.
Craylon steps forward and he says, "My sword. It burns with the light of Lathander.
And the mushrooms
put all
can
of my
amplify
power into it.
The mushrooms can amplify Lathander's light.
Yeah.
Can you make a kind of mushroom smoothie and I will drink the entire thing?"
Can I just dump this bag of mushrooms down your throat? How about that? Just chug them. Come on, man.
Yeah, I guess we can blend them up. Do you want some, like, bananas in that? Fuck.
Probably, but there's no time for that. And then the king...
I think he's being sarcastic.
The king and queen pull levers, and this apparatus springs to life, and ancient chains rattle into motion, and the entire apparatus begins to move upward.
I guess I'll make a smoothie with this mushroom powder, and I'll bless some I'll get us some holy water. It's like a holy water.
A holy water light mushroom smoothie.
Yeah. I don't.
While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and just cast Armor of Agathis, because just going to get that done. Who knows?
Just going to Armor of Agathis up here.
So you guys are familiar with the creature I, beat? What is it? Who is it?
The queen, it was a being of pure air.
Like an elemental?
That's it?
Like an elemental ruler.
You don't happen to have a very large iron flask, do you?
No.
Or a
I
fan?
don't believe that we do. I don't believe a fan or even a flask will work for this creature.
Anything that's higher than this creature? Or is it the absolute ruler of its whatever it is?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the hierarchies of the plane of air.
Any of you guys knew?
Oh.
I knocked him out, I think. I can enter his dream and start manipulating him instead.
I've been doing a lot of reading lately. Let me see. History,
Let's
Arcana,
see.
religion, what do you want?
History, please.
Ooh, a 10.
Oh.
10. There is a prince of evil elemental air. You know that one exists.
Oh no.
That is so specific.
I know that there's a prince.
Of evil elemental air, and you know about 30 years ago, his cult was causing some trouble in the Desert Valley.
So if there's a prince, I mean, there's a king? We can just call his dad and rat him out. Or, queen or something in between.
All right. So are you
Well,
guys
I'm
riding?
making a smoothie. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay,
Joe
we're
Ben's
gonna give the
making
himbo
a
his
holy
protein
water.
shake.
Yeah.
Gotta get that pre-workout in, man.
We gotta make sure we save a couple, though. I'm making sure, grab a couple out of there and put them back in the bag. We gotta have some of these for home.
All right.
What happens if we drink it now?
Isn't
besides
he
just-
drinking it now?
He's drinking all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just like glug, glug, glug.
Wow.
And Gilbetta's like, if this works the same way it did with the king, y'all buckle up, because this is wild.
And he begins shining with some radiant light. And eventually, the apparatus reaches the surface. And you are on top of one of the highest towers of the Rite Castle.
Just so everyone knows,
and the clouds... Oh, go ahead.
We had a reroll purchase for the group. So somebody
All
was
right,
in dire
one group
straits.
reroll.
Oh, thank you.
I'm putting that on my list. At the top, once you've reached the top, you can see the clouds above the castle have begun to swirl in a circle, making a spiral above the castle. The wind and the storm is intense as it rages around you.
Or have I wished that Alt Gilbetta had lived? She would fucking wipe that shit right out.
She'd be like, no!
You still have that trident? Can that do anything?
No, she doesn't.
She's got so many weapons. I love it.
So you are on this peak, and you hear the sound in the very wind itself. I will steal the breath from your lungs.
Is that direct to anyone specifically?
Would you feel any differently to know that you wouldn't be my first?
Oh. Let's see how you do. And swirling masses of living air, 3 of them spawn around you. And we're going to need initiative, folks.
Let's do it.
Oh, shit.
I have a question while we're rolling initiative.
Sure.
Oh, I gotta click on my token before
I don't have
roll.
a token.
Uh-oh. Let me put your token in. We're not going to use that battle.
I got a
You're going to have to
23.
theater of the mind this.
Oof, got a 5.
I got a 7.
14. I'm average.
Someone in chat is saying they think that I had a second ultimate, and I'm like, I don't remember that.
I don't recall you having a second ultimate because you did burn 1.
Yeah, I thought I only had the 1.
My paperwork says you only had the 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
no,
what I
you had
thought.
two because you burned the other one a few episodes back.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did do a thing.
I did do it.
I can't fucking remember what it is right now.
I don't
We'll
remember
watch
the second thing either, but it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in post. All right, so you're gonna have to use theater of the mind for this battle map, guys. But you are basically on a circular platform, approximately 60 feet across, with a massive forge on it, and the entire royal family at your disposal. Quilton has kind of been in shock, but he has kind of like haphazardly followed everybody up. All right. So we got, I got Jabetta, Kashano, Pan, and I got to put Norbog in the mix. And Jabetta.
Yeah, in Awakened Mind to my uncle, I'm just like, are you evil or just a coward? Like, where are we at? Because this is a tall building, and I could just kick you off.
Just 300 ML.
At the moment, I am reassessing my options.
That doesn't sound like a heartfelt apology to me.
And like lifts his foot up a little bit.
Feeling pretty kicky. But let us consider that we have larger problems at the moment.
Yeah, look, help us survive the day, and we might let you survive the night. Let's just get through this.
Emphasize on might.
All right. And Jabetta, what did you get for initiative?
20.
You got 20? Okay. All right. Time for battle music.
Yay!
Yay.
All right. First is the first air elemental, which moves up to, we're going to go with Lilith because she did blast their leader.
Bring it!
And it makes
do this.
2 slam attacks. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure it's going up.
Oh wait, how much
Alright.
did Penn heal us for at the beginning? Shit, I forgot to do that.
We had a night, right, to sleep? Didn't we?
No.
Oh, I need to go back and take my health back down.
But you did say you casted
heal
mass.
us.
Yeah, you healed us. How
It was
much?
only, it would be in the chat. It was like 12 each, I think. It wasn't a lot.
We have
Really?
Something. I'm pretty
two
sure it was 12.
Oh.
rerolls purchased for Gilbetta.
Oh, all right then.
Oh, it was
It
12.
was-
Oh wait, no, I'm
Ultimates.
sorry. Hold
Or
on,
no,
wait,
12.
Advantages.
wait. $25 is an ultimate. I'm sorry, we have 2 ultimates for Gilbetta.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I misspoke.
shit.
Oh, she's so ready. You said it was plus 12 in healing?
Yes.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
gonna have to just ballpark what my health was.
Okay, well, ballpark where your health was at. Lilith, that is a 26 to slam you with air.
No. That hits,
That's
yeah.
17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Second hit, 27.
Yeah, that hits too.
15 bludgeoning damage. As these lashes of air begin to slice at your skin.
Wind
Oh.
hurts!
Just, I think the notification's not showing up because it was fuck some shit up, Gilbetta. I'll have to remind that.
Yes.
As you wish. The next one makes a move for Penn. Slamming him with a 23.
That definitely hits. I have a real important question. Did I even
Sure.
get a short rest during this trial?
You did not. You went right from the forest to the trial.
I don't have armor of Agathis then. I don't
Okay,
have any
then.
spell slots.
Well, you do have 14 damage.
Just so you know,
Okay.
Puck, they're not moving on the map.
Oh. Oh, that's because we're not using that map. It's a different scene.
Okay, never mind.
Theater of the
Yeah,
mind.
sorry. I don't. I thought this battle was going to take place somewhere else, so I didn't have the particular scene set up.
Always keep your DM guessing.
Yep, absolutely.
It's
so we're going to
fun.
theater of the mind this a little bit. All right, second attack is only a 10, Pen. I imagine that doesn't break your AC.
That does not.
All right, Kashano.
Okay, this is not a ideal situation for me to be in, but I'm going to. Are there any of them not near anyone else, or not near any of my people at least?
There is one that is not yet engaged.
Okay, fantastic. I guess I'll go for that one with an ice knife at level.
Okie dokie.
I'll go ahead and cast this at 4th level. I got a lot of those slots left. Yeah, so that'll be 15 damage if.
15 is a miss. It curves through the air.
All right, but on the splash damage, make a dexterity save against my spell save DC, which is. What is it, 17?
All right, he gets 24.
All right, so he takes half of 2d6. Which is
Looks like you got a
9.
All right. We'll go with that. That's a better number. All right.
Oh, I see that it already rolled it.
Yeah. We'll go with
They
the
take
better
half
number
it.
because you guys need it.
So it takes a tiny bit of damage. I'm also going to be kind of moving in, and I am going to I'm going to inspire Quill.
Okay.
Just put on a good show. This is your one chance for redemption. He's a forgiving boy, but even he has his limits.
All right. You give Quill inspiration. Gilbetta?
Okay.
She's like so ready. She's like got her ultimates in hand.
So Gilbetta is going to like if one of them is kind of more isolated, she's like, I'm gonna create some fucking air of my own, and she like calls on Salune, and she creates 4 pillars of water around one of them.
Okay.
And she goes like this, and
Yep.
it fucking whirlpools the motherfucker.
All right.
Because he's just air, and so she just sucks him into it and sends all these 4 columns spiraling around each other in a whirlpool, and then fucking slams it down.
So the one air elemental gets completely enveloped in Gilberta's command over water, and it just becomes this like swirling mass of mist and water, and the weight of the water along with Gilberta's motions pulls the creature down, launching it downwards towards the earth, and it is taken right out. And we'll say that is air elemental 3 because that's the one that goes after Gilberta. So we'll take that guy out of the turn order. Lilith, this air elemental just punched you. What do you want to say about that?
I'm gonna hurt it back. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
I'm gonna beat him up good. Friends, I must be wasted because it looks like that cloud is mad at me.
Oh my god, I forgot I have Hellish Rebuke. That would have been good. Oh, I'll save it for next time they smack me.
That's okay. I'm sure he'll get you again.
Okay, great. Okay, so I guess let's see. I want to these things. Do they seem smart?
It's difficult to say. They have a face like a gust of wind. So it's difficult to discern how clever or unclever they might be.
Do you say they're a bunch of airheads?
Yes, exactly. Like the gum.
All right, well, I'll gamble on it.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Synaptic Static.
All right.
Boom. Did it go through? Cast it.
I got nothing. What
Did it go through now?
Okay, there we go. Synaptic Static.
Yeah.
All right, tell me a story as far as what this synaptic static does.
All right, so it's basically a 20-foot sphere, and I want to surround them. If they're all like, close together, it looks like they're pretty grouped together. Very grouped
it's
together.
theater of the mind. I'm going to say you can catch 2 because the other one is on the ground.
Okay, and I point like my hand to the creatures and be like, all right, let's see if I can get you back with more pain than what you gave me. And basically what I'm doing is causing a psychic energy to explode there.
Okay.
So I'm angry.
Well,
think of the angry lady in the horror movies that has psychic energy.
They both fail their intelligence check spectacularly.
Great.
So they're just
So they basically get 8d6 psychic damage. And for 1 minute, they have muddled thoughts. And during that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number of rolled from its attack rolls and ability checks. And you can make Constitution saving throws. Oh, I have to make Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. Okay.
Okie dokie.
You can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay. All right. It is synaptically staticked, and the 2 of them are damaged and kind of floating there weirdly. And from now on, their attack rolls will be minused by a
d6.
I'm rolling it right now. A 1.
I hate this.
Nailed it. Hey, look, 1 could be the difference between hit and a miss. I'm just putting it out there.
They hit pretty hard.
They do. These windy dudes hit pretty tough.
I'll go up to one of the ones that Lilith was just taking a swing at, because, we're trying strategy this time.
All right.
And yeah, I'm gonna rage at him. So kicks in the rage, wild magic crap kicks in. I roll a d8. I got a 5. Where's my wild magic table? Okay, my wild surge table on a 5. Whenever a creature hits you with an attack roll before your rage ends, that creature takes 1d6 force damage as magic lashes out in retribution. Okay. So if something hits me, they take a d6 damage.
All right.
And then my 2 attacks, I'm gonna just take a swing at air and see if it hits.
Take that, air.
First one is an 18.
18 is a hit.
Okay, so 13 bludgeoning, 3 poison, and 3 rage.
All right, it takes the bludgeoning damage.
And, ooh, it doesn't take poison. Interesting. All right, and second, 28.
28 is also a hit.
All right, so 12 bludgeoning and 3 rage then.
Okay. Oh, and this one is the one that you've been wailing on. Is looking kind of rough.
Cool.
The breezes are barely holding together.
Yep, that'll end my turn.
All right. Somebody's asking in YouTube chat, what book is this from? It's not from any book. I made it up. This is my buddy Penn's home world, and I made it up off the top of my head, called it the Quillpoint Islands. And this is the adventure of the Quillpoint Islands. Maybe I'll write a book about it. Put it out as an adventure so you can all enjoy the Quillpoint Islands.
We should put out a module.
Let's do it. All right. So I already made the maps and everything. Why the hell not? Penn, what are you going to do?
So my family's scrambling behind me, and I guess we're just holding all these off. So yeah, I guess I just got hit. I'll kind of walk up next to Norbog or run up, depending on the distance. I don't know where we are, but and I will.
You get there.
I'll look at the two of these that are in front of us, and I'll be like, if you stray too far from the light, you're bound to get pretty cold. And I pull out my staff of frost, and I just throw a cone of cold against both of them.
All right. Give me that cone of cold.
Boom. The DC 16 con save, or they take 38 cold damage, or half as much if they do save.
Oh, snap. They both do not save. You fire it off, and one of them is completely dispersed.
Oh, yeah. Does it make hail? Like, does it freeze? And then
Yeah, it makes hail.
I was gonna say,
hail falls to the ground around them.
Are they like steam or are they like air? Because if they're just air, they'll just get smaller.
Well, look, they're air, but we'll say it makes hail and snow and sleet because you shot a bunch of snow into. Look, I'm not a meteorologist, as I stated previously. But anyways, at the end of the round, Kraylon Rite runs up to the crucible and holds his sword high. Light is radiating under his armor as the mixture fed to him takes hold, and that light reflects off of the mirrors, and this bright, brilliant light begins to shine at the highest tower of Rite Castle. He raises his sword high, and the flames bristle with holy light, but it is still not yet enough, and he cries out, "Auntie, uncle, I require your strength!" And they rush up to his side, and they link with him, and the flames get stronger. Next up, we've got the dead air elemental, and then the living air elemental. The living air elemental, not loving what's going on with this, decides to go try and take a swing at the lady that just sent his other friend to a watery grave. And he initiates a whirlwind on her. So here's how this works. I need you to make a strength saving throw. Jobetta.
Are you muted?
There you go. I couldn't find the button.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's a 13.
Okay, 13. You just barely make it.
Okay.
You hold your ground as this thing attempts to take hold of you with wind and throw you from the tower.
Joanna's like, nope, nope, nope.
You're like screeching against the top.
Yeah.
Your feet dig in and you grab on and are able to hold fast and keep from getting blown away. And that's its turn. Kashano.
Norbog has received an ultimate.
Norbog, you got an ultimate.
Thank you.
It won't play a message. It said kick him in the dick, Norbog. And it won't play a message that says, I gotta fix these settings on Stream Elements. But thank you. This was from Hongri again.
Oh, thank you so
taking care
much.
of us tonight. Thank you.
So good.
All right, they're taking care of the forging a weapon. I'm not exactly built for these situations. But fuck it. I'll draw my weapon.
All
see
right.
if it can fight some air.
Your weapon is. Drum roll, please. The Obsidian Battle Axe.
Oh.
Little cleaver.
All right. Fantastic. And yeah, I will charge to the remaining air elemental that was trying to whirlwind Gilbetta off the mountain and just fucking hack the battle axe into him, I guess.
Hackety hackety.
Is that the... You named them different things in the sheet. Is it the carver, the pulverizer, the slicer, the...
Sorry, the
lever?
carver. The carver.
The carver,
Look,
okay.
If I remembered every name that I ever came up with, we'd have a more consistent
That
show.
is a nat 20 for a total of 23.
Oh, shit.
They're trying to fuck up my girl, all right? I owe her a few life saves.
Kashado comes in and breaks wind. We did it, everybody!
This episode is
We've peaked. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yep.
This is the best episode we've ever done. You come in with that crit damage, yo, and this thing is dispersed in a cloud of wind around you.
Yeah, it was 21.
Yeah. So it is destroyed. And currently there are no visible wind elementals around you.
All right. Fantastic.
Can I assist my family with this light building exercise?
If you want, go and join with them and lend them your power.
I am going to use my Staff of Frost to cast Wall of Ice in a dome, but the top of the dome I am going to make into like a lens, if I can.
Okay.
If that's possible.
The question I'm going to ask you, are you going to join with them in the dome, or are you going to stay outside?
I'm going to stay outside.
Okay.
Betty, can you part the clouds? Is that a thing you can do?
I can, yeah.
I don't know.
It's actually what I was going to do with my next turn anyway, but we're out of combat now, so...
Well, look, I mean, you've got another ultimate charge if you want to use it. Clouds
so
are just made of water.
I know. Well, so Gilbetta is going to... how tall is this forge?
It is about, I'm going to say it's about 15 feet tall.
Okay. So basically, what I'm going to do is, starting at the top of it, Gilbetta is going to create a column of water.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, look, I know this isn't what we usually do, Salune, but we're going to do it today. And so she creates a column of water, and it basically like fire hydrants up.
Yep.
And then she pushes it straight up into the clouds, turns it to fog to mix in with all the other clouds, and fucking pulls it all apart.
All right. Using her ultimate charge, Gilbetta grabs hold of all of the water that she can, and using it as a fire hydrant, and then a cleave carves open a hole in the clouds above. And as the storm clouds part, an enormous, frightening-looking floating castle is clearly seen above them. And the light of the morning lord shines down on the castle.
Is that supposed to be there? Or?
No, that's not right for that. Hang on.
I was like, fuck, what did you do?
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. This is much better.
The light shines down on this peak and radiates out in its brightest form. And the wind begins to circle around the tower more violently. You think your light can repel me? I'll have my prize, or at the very least, some price for my grievances. And the wind presses in upon you. And you hear Kraylon at the top. It is still not enough. Father, there must be some light left in you. Please, I need it. And Quillpoint Rite casts a spell instantiating a wall of swirling blades around the tower. And attempts to run to the side of his son. But he can't get through the ice. And he says, Pen, please. Whatever I did, I'm sorry. I want us to live.
I thought I would have let him in there already.
No, look, I'm giving it to you as a choice.
Yeah, I'll let him in. Is there a way that I can like just melt part of it and let him in without getting rid of the whole thing?
I'm gonna say you can make a hole.
Okay, then yeah, absolutely. There's like a stern look, but then the ice just melts in that hole.
He goes in and grabs on. The light gets brighter and it shines across the sky. It dispels all of the clouds around it. And the sunlight shines upon the Quillpoint Islands once again. And you can feel the winds beginning to get repelled. But then you hear that voice that carries on malevolent winds. I'll take my price from you, Quilton. And a shot of swirling air pierces through everything, headed directly for Quillpoint Rite. But, and I'm going to spend my last Dungeon Master bonus that I had from last season. Kraylon Rite steps in front of his father. And the jet of wind rips the air from his lungs. And he falls down dead. In the midst of this, the gale of air rises and pulls the floating castle off into the distance. And on the air, you can hear. The air always gets its price.
Wait, Jubetta says, fuck you! She casts Revivify! I have Revivify prepared! And I have a spell slot, and it's my last spell slot at that level. He gets 6 HP back.
All right. Well.
It's like, fuck you, asshole.
I'm going to put this all on one Constitution save as to whether or not this works.
Can I inspire?
Ignore that I rerolled that.
Okay. And it will be from Kraylon.
Yeah, inspire Kraylon.
Because this is a powerful creature
Uh-huh.
that has done this.
I want to
So
smack
let's-
him with bolstering magic.
We have a group reroll, so if this goes bad, I want to
That's
contest
true.
that we use our group reroll. for Kraylon.
I'm still using bolstering magic. I touch his arm, and you roll a d3 after this constitution, and you add it to it.
You all love Kraylon so much.
No, Crayola, no!
He's shown promise.
I don't like you, but you leaving is gonna hurt Penn. So get your ass off the floor. That's my inspiration.
Look, we're giving him as many extra dice rolls as we can.
There's a spare the dying to go in the mix.
Kraylon lives.
Yay.
Just barely.
How does this work? Teamwork.
Teamwork.
It was a 21 save, guys.
Holy
He
crap!
rolled a 22.
Yeah.
This is a bad dude.
Can't believe I had one spell slot left. And I was like, do I have it prepared?
Kraylon gasps for breath,
Oh.
laying on the ground. You saved me. Who all did? Hug me, cousin.
I will hug you. And I'm gonna be like, oh, I've got this. And out from under my hat, I pull a Handy, and I sit Handy on Kraylon's shoulder, and Handy will use his stored spell for a 3rd level cure wounds on my cousin. And that is
All right.
literally what I put in him. I'm so happy.
I don't know how to feel about this, but hug me, cousin. I shall deal with my feelings later.
You're fine. You're fine. You're better now. Here's a hug.
And so,
I'll lean over to Norbon. What do you mean he doesn't know how to feel? Happy! Grateful!
Happy. We deserve hugs. And I hug Lilith, since no one else is hugging us for our clutch inspiration.
You guys can
I'll hug her
come
back.
join this hug.
and
Still angry at him.
I just hug Lilith tighter.
in the midst of all of this, Uncle Quilton slinks away. He drops his staff, and he lets go of his priestly robes and leaves them on the ground.
I pick up his staff.
Damn.
You're like, yoink.
I'll just take that.
It is a staff of thunder and lightning.
Holy shit!
That doesn't seem like you need that. That seems like Jilbetta needs that.
So,
What, you don't want to give me a 5th staff? What's wrong with you guys?
Get out of here!
As he is leaving, he mumbles. He says, I am sorry, brother. I have some thinking to do.
In the awakened mind, Ben, you want to let him go? Or would you rather not?
Make him do time.
He's not a threat anymore. And I don't think he will be.
As he is leaving, as he begins to descend the steps back into the castle, Kraylon reaches a hand out and says, Father! I hope you will find me when you find your way back to the light. And Quill pauses for a moment before descending the stairs wordlessly. Stillis Rite, Penn's mother, says, well, you did come home and save your father and save the kingdom from some kind of storm beast, so I imagine I can overlook your irresponsibleness for now. Good job.
Thanks, Mom. And Dad, I'm glad you're okay.
Jabetta, you receive a message. As in the spell message.
Uh-huh.
Is everyone all right up there? I took the ship out of the harbor. Grayscale detected disturbance in the storms. It was a good thing we left. We put the illusion in our place. It was struck by lightning 4 times.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're okay. A little emotionally fucking wrecked, but yeah.
Are we going home now?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right, I will meet you at the docks.
Be there soon. Hey guys, Black Cherry's gonna meet us at the docks.
Oh, thank God.
Yep.
Yep.
Lovely to meet you.
Yes.
Super glad the mushroom thing worked out.
Thank you so much for your hospitality. I hope it'll be a lovely home again soon. Looks like it's pretty well taken care of most of the time. Just this. That forge thing.
Yeah.
Didn't have to pop anything out, did it?
Yeah, did we...
No, we were close. But it seems that whoever was after it didn't have enough knowledge about how it worked, and we scared them off before we could get it fully running. Which is good, because we actually need a blacksmith here to make something.
Well, just throw this out there. We have an excellent blacksmith, as well as excellent security. Now, if you're concerned about being able to keep this thing safe, now that people know it's here, we could archive it for you, perhaps. Can I make a persuasion roll on that?
Sure.
We'll send a contract.
You're like, I really want it.
Yeah, it'll just be a lease. That's a nat 20 for a total of 33.
Oh, shit. All right. At that, King Graffy Rite says, if my son wishes to take possession of our family's treasure and be charged with guarding it, he may have it.
I hate because I don't. I don't want to waste your nat 20, but I don't want that.
It is fine, son. And he steps forward and puts a hand on your shoulder, Penn. And he says, if you're not ready for it now, we'll look after it until you want it. Regardless of who you are now, you did right by Lathander and you did right by this kingdom. And because of that, you have every right, the throne and the secrets it contains, should you desire it in the future. You don't have to answer now, but I wish you would reconsider. Your sister is extreme at times.
And just throwing this out there, having that here, now it's confirmed that it's here, could be putting your parents in danger by leaving it here. I'm just saying.
Jono, can you leave? Can you fucking give him a minute?
So many voices in my head. I never had to shut it off with the other team.
Wait, you can't shut it off. You can't
Just
make us
like,
go away, Pen.
That's all. Was just throwing that out there. You all have a lovely afternoon. And I'll start heading back towards the ship.
Oh, I will consider anything, but I tell you, mother, father, I've never had any wish to rule. I wish to see change in this place. I wish and I hope that you will stop hunting heretics, and I hope that this has taught you, if anything, anyone can be anything and everyone can be good. And I want it on the record that I, Pennathan Rite, your son, am a warlock of the Grand Archivist and a necromancer. And I'm good at it. And I am good. And that is all I ask.
As long as you do not abide evil in this world, son, I think I can live with that.
And I will hug my father. And yeah, Cool. So I'll set up. I'll get somebody to send over a thing. I'll set up a transport circle or something. So if we ever need to come back, we don't have to sail all the way over here. We'll get that working. And then they can use the forge whenever they want.
A group of knights along with Kraylon escort you guys back down to the docks. And as Kraylon is sending you off, he says, I am glad you came to visit, cousin. I shudder to think how things might have transpired without you and your friends here.
It was very good to see you, cousin. I am glad that you believed in me, even at my darkest. And you're welcome to come with us. The Academy's a wonderful place of learning and meeting new people and expanding your worldview. This
Perhaps-
island can be suffocating.
Perhaps not at this moment. As leader of the Sun Knights, I do have a duty. But once a new high priest is chosen, perhaps I will come for a visit, cousin.
Anytime, cousin.
And this big golden armored man with his rainbow beard and curly rainbow hair gives you a big hug, lifts you off the ground.
Oh.
I wish you all a safe journey. Within the light of Lathander, may it bless you as you travel the seas, returning to your home. Knights, salute the heroes of the Quillpoint Islands. And they raise their swords to you, each sword gleaming in the light, as you are all able to board the friendship.
I hate it so much.
Every time.
So happy.
And begin sailing away.
Yeah, I just want to pull, like, when we get back to the ship, especially since Black Cherry was like, yeah, Grayscale.
Yeah.
Basically saved our asses. So Betta wants to pull Grayscale aside.
She's like, did I do good?
Yeah, apparently you saved everyone's asses by noticing, the thing.
I was meditating by the waves, like you do. And I swear I heard Salune's voice telling me that we were in danger. And that you would require our assistance afterwards.
At least some of that was right. And had things not gone pretty much exactly how they did, the other part it would have been right too. And she says, look, I think you should continue your studies at the Keep, but I also think maybe it's time that you start going out and spreading the word of Salune. And she pulls out one of the rings.
And her little cobalt eyes go wide.
And
That
she
is-
says,
That is a part of the moon web.
yes, I see you. I didn't tell you that. I see you've been doing your research and your
I
studies.
have been studying hard, yes.
This is Athandus. And she says, I think you should take it. And I think you should use it to help you spread the word of Salune and help people.
Yes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Priestess Gilberta. Thank you so much. And her hand is shaking as she takes the ring from yours, because this is a huge honor for a little kobold. She never would have expected to receive such a thing.
Well, she also didn't know I had them, so.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, there's a lot. She's taking a lot in. She
and I'll
takes
tell
the
her,
ring from you and just weeps holding it. She is so happy.
and that's the one that does dispel magic, protection from poison, water breathing, and water walk.
I'm just like you now.
In a lot of ways, yeah. Just
I will not let you down.
I know, Grayscale. I'm very tired. And she pats her on the head and she walks away. Gilbetta's got no fucking spell slots left. So Gilbetta's gonna take a fucking trance now.
And with their adventure on the Quillpoint Islands drawing to a close, and with the acquisition of a brand new staff of thunder and lightning, as well as new allies in the Quillpoint Islands, the Mercenaries of Mischief team ride the friendship on the long journey home. Meanwhile, back on the island, on Lathander's Greeting, the temple that sits precisely where sunrise hits, a priestess garbed in resplendent robes is praying. And a gentleman comes to see her. Priestess Whitney, what is it? Your master, Quillpoint Rite, he has forsaken his title. He has stepped down as the Dawnbringer. Why? Why would he do this? Do not bring lies into my temple. No, it is true. The Prince, Penrite, he returned. And there was a battle with some creature. I don't know all the details, but your master resigned after. Leave me. As you wish, priestess. And the man hastily exits the room. He says, whoever this Penrite is, to think that he would come and taint the light of the high priest, my master. She shakes her blonde locks and recovers her composure. Well, I believe I will have words with him.
She doesn't.
Meanwhile, back on the ship, she's never met him.
I'm just picturing she shows up and is like
He doesn't go
talking
to
all this
church,
shit,
it's
and I'm
true.
like, I don't even know who you are.
I don't really
It
go to
is-
church.
Well, you know that Quillpoint Rite had an apprentice, and his apprentice's name was Whitney E. Raja. Also known as High Priestess Raja.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
I don't know what this is a reference to.
It's okay. Look, it'll all become clear later. Meanwhile, back aboard the ship. Everyone is resting. It's time for the long journey home. It's
Chat.
Chat helped you out.
I was like,
I'm very clever.
I got the thing, but I was like, how is that? Oh, that's right. Writing instruments. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm very clever, and I want everybody to know it. Gilbetta, you get another message, but this one is quite welcome while you were resting on the ship. It's from your fiance.
Oh, yay.
That reaction. So, it was a bust looking into Kismet, I'm afraid. No word on where Tommy is from there. But I did find word on a legendary Kashano that I think you may want to meet.
Go on.
She's working on something special just south of the academy, southeast, trying to bring hope.
I like
I
hope.
think she'd make a great guest for the wedding if you'd like to look into her.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's get Shauna. Yeah, and you another sister.
And it all goes down along the trip. And you recall from the description that she is likely talking about a Kashano that is known to have endured incredible hardships, but still continues to travel the world trying to spread as much hope as possible despite those hardships. And that person is going to be played by a special guest in a couple days. So everybody can come and see that soon. And that's it for today.
I think there's definitely someone you overhear on the boat. There's just me following Kashana at one point, and I'm like, look, I know you like represented me, but like it's my uncle's staff, and like it just you hear that. Nothing comes of it.
I'm not necessarily taking claim of it. I'm just saying there's no reason for you to be collecting all these staffs. I don't even know if you can use them all. Don't they require attunement? All right.
Yeah, and I
Only
hope
clerics and druids can use that one.
That's what they said about the healer staff.
And stay tuned in 2 sessions time where we will see where it will be revealed the identity of Kashano the Benevolent.
All right.
That's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining our show. And thank you all so much for
Make sure you stay
donating.
tuned for the raid because sometimes things happen after the credits.
Yeah, we might have a thing after credits. Stick around. Also, stay tuned for the raid. Thank you for watching. There's no show without you guys. Thank you to my incredible cast. This is a really fun episode to do. I loved this arc. It was fun. It was exciting. There's cool stuff. Now we have new villains in play. I love every bit of it. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, our sponsor. Thank you, my players. Thank you, the audience. And until next time, class dismissed.
Action.
All right. So take us in.
Okay.
You're driving. I'm just in the passenger seat.
Okay. So this occurs after the 2 worlds collided. And this is in the perspective of all Lilith.
All right.
It's stuck. Did I fail? Am I dead? No. Wait. I see something. It's the keep. Wait. Something's wrong. I can't feel my body. But I'm moving. A dream? Shit. I'm not the driver. And she sees Lilith wandering around at the keep with her friends. Well, at least I'm still existing. Late into the night, Lilith tries to take advantage of the situation because she couldn't move during the day. She's asleep. Still can't move. It's like I'm stuck in a dream. I see everything happening and no control on how to unravel. Concentrate. Try to make a sound. A whimper escapes. Louder. Another whimper. Louder, damn it! And with a jolt, Helsinger rises from the bed, yelling, and catches her breath. She walks towards the mirror to see herself. Nothing about me made it to the new world. No wings. I feel weaker. What about my spells? My contract? If there's no contract, does that mean I'm no longer bound to the 9 hells? Can wonder about that later. I feel tired. Am I about to sleep again? Am I losing control already? I need to hurry to the Mage Tower and regain control of this situation. Learn what I can. After all, I have a vow to keep. And once I gain control of this body, I'm coming for you bastards.
All right.
It's a little different. Hope that was okay.
That was, look, I want to know what happens next. So, like,
That was fantastic. For anyone curious what exactly that was, you can gift a post-credit scene to any of our players on this show by joining our top Patreon tier or by donating $100 in the tip menu and letting us know who you want it to go to. When any of these stories gets to 5 scenes, it becomes part of the real world canon. So something crazy might happen if this one finishes.
Ho ho!
Find out. It's up to you guys. Stay tuned for the raid.
Stay tuned for the raid.
It's D&D. It's D&D. It's D&D. It's D&D. We all agreed to play some D&D. That means role playing, fighting and slaying, solving puzzles. Maybe it's just me. But you guys won't.
No, we won't.
You guys just don't.
No, we don't.
Follow a single plotline through and through. I'm not complaining.